I gotta find some kind of special stand for my laptop. This box is getting worn out, especially on the left side. Hey guys, Chris from the X and welcome to this video. Last week we ended up looking at Batman Arkham Asylum, and just to let you know, would you ever wonder if there was a game where, have you ever, how do you take a game that is already perfect in its own way and make it better? Like, how do you take something that's already great and expand upon it? You make Batman Arkham freaking City. It's actually one of my favorite games of all time, admittedly, and just, I'm actually just too excited. Let's get the controller, let's get the PS4 controller, let's use it for emulating 360 controller, let's go, do this! I actually forgot to mention, I'm not going to be covering any of the DLC, such as the Harley Quinn's Revenge, or even the side missions, such as with Zaz, or with fucking Bane, because... Come on, if I were to cover all the side missions and such, we'd be here all day. I'm sorry, I am only covering the main story right now, so let's go.
Just to be clear, though, due to my having the Game of the Year edition on Steam, it starts off with Catwoman. Now, due to me only opting to cover the main story, despite the, special bits of her, assets, we won't really be covering it much. Or at all. Sorry. It starts off officially with Bruce having been captured by one Hugo Strange, the leader of Arkham City, who plans to start something called Protocol 10. Look, just give him a chance, guys. He's just started, and we've yet to see his work. Bruce tries to escape, only to be brought in to be beaten by the Penguin, of all people. Hey, Penguin. What happened there? What's your eye up to? Looks nice. We take them out, of course, because we're we're Bruce Wayne, not Batman. Okay, now we're Batman! Oh, by the way, Hugo knows who we are. That is a problem. Ah, shit. Catwoman's being held hostage by Two-Face. Okay, maybe it would have worked to cover the DLC. Ah, well, after rescuing Catwoman, we discovered that Joker is in Arkham City as well. And yes, Conroy and Hamill reprise their respective roles, and everyone rejoice! We arrive to the church as we are greeted by... Okay, now I can say she is voiced by the ever-lovely and beautiful Tara freaking Strong. What? Look, everyone has a celebrity crush, mine just happens to be Tara Strong. Hey, at least I don't stalk her like Gerard Completionist does his. Although to be fair, that was mostly just for a gag for his case. After rescuing Cash and some doctors, we get to the upper area where... Uh-oh. No, of course that didn't happen. Batman escaped just fine. We head to the steel mill in order to... Actually, hang on, let me backtrack a bit. They basically refined the combat to be even better than in Asylum. Cape stun gun boost the swords, aerial attacks are a thing, blade dodging, disarm and destroy, yada yada yada. Hell, they put everything but the goddamn kitchen sink in this one. The upgrade system also got a bit of a slightly different style, but not very different. So, although they did split the health grades between combat and ballistics, which means guns, for the Predator encounters. By the way, I'm sorry I forgot to discuss those last time, but I couldn't really add much to it. Use gargoyles or some other kind of special platform to hide in the sky. Be a sneaky sneaker thing. Nothing too special, but it did make you feel quite like a stealthy bat, I guess. Anyway, back to the steel mill. Oh dear. It appears that Joker is... Surprise! God damn it, you know, my mom always told me my naivety would be the end of me, and this is how it happens. Jeez. Upon coming to, it turns out that Joker isn't actually all that well, and I don't mean mentally. He's already not well mentally. Turns out when he injected himself with Titan that he kinda overdosed and now is slowly poisoning him. So to make sure Batman helps him get a cure, he put his blood in him. Wait, what? He also has blood shipped all over Gotham to make sure a cure is made for him? How exactly is he not collapsing from blood loss and exhaustion right now? So we gotta get to Mr. Freeze, who was making the cure for Joker, but it turns out that Penguin kidnapped Freeze because plot convenience or something.
Where have they gone? Could it be that while you were out doing
Oh, for fuck's sake. Riddler, you are a fucktwat. I will at least go over, from what I can see here, what the Riddler bits do unlock. They unlock like special stories, such as how Penguin's eye got kissed by a Coke bottle, and even something involving a rat catcher for some reason. I don't know why. And apparently what had happened with Joker trying to escape in terms of getting well and such, I don't know. And there are also some concept art to unlock, the interview tapes involving any moments with some of the inmates being interviewed by Hugo Strange, and challenges. Though probably the big part... Did I say fart? Fuck. Probably the big part that I found interesting is that while Joker tends to make up stories about his past to various therapists, he actually opted to be truthful to Hugo Strange, of all people, in the interview tapes. You know, referencing the Killing Joke, of course. Although, Hugo doesn't believe him. I don't blame him. I don't blame him at all. By the way, the physical challenges suck balls and I hate them. After trying to confront Penguin, we find that we can't fight him head on due to him using Freeze's, freeze ray.
Enjoy the popsicle.
So we get to rescuing Freeze, but he is without his suit, and upon getting a special clit chip to override his weapons...
How did that work out for you?
Clearly not well, you dick. We end up taking out Penguin to encounter... I think I need a change of pants, please. By the way, I get that the point of Grundy is that he can't truly be killed, but Bats straight up causes Grundy's heart to explode. I don't know about you, but where I come from, you need the heart to live regardless of your mortality. So Penguin is taken out and locked away. We then learn that Freeze couldn't make a proper cure because he needs a special regenerative bonding type agent, but it also has to be bonded with human DNA, otherwise the cure dissipates too quickly. How convenient that there's a League of Assassins lady locked away and then escaping, leaving a blood trail. After catching up to her, we put a tracking device on her as Robin shows up. He gives us a gadget and we give him our blood to check how many people are actually infected with Joker's Titan poison blood. Spoilers! Roughly about 2,000. Jesus. We then follow the tracking device, but it looks like the poison blood is affecting us faster than Joker, which I find odd because this is Batman. He has been trained to the very peak of physical and mental health, so it's kind of surprising that he's about to croak before Joker. Thankfully, he makes it in time to find Talia, daughter of Ra's al Ghul. We end up going through the demon trials in order to prolong our life to an extent, and upon seeing Ra's, who I'm pretty sure has exposed muscle on him, we state we have no plan to take his place and kill him, so a boss battle happens. I beat him. I also took his blood. Talia is mad at me. I always screw this shit up with girls. Oh hey, it turns out Quincy Sharp was sent to Arkham City too, after becoming mayor. Not only that, but he was never actually possessed by Amadeus Arkham and was actually manipulated heavily by Hugo Strange to make sure that Sharp puts him as the head of Arkham City while only being loyal to him. Remember in my top 10 games I played in 2016 where I brought up a little bit about Strange being Putin and Trump being Sharp? This is why! By the way, while Asylum knew how to tug at the heartstrings over Batman's parents, City pretty much just blew it out of the water. Just watch. Powerful stuff, man. Hang on. Let me just go quick, call my dad and tell him I love him. Anyway, we get the blood to freeze, and he manages to make only 2 vials. Freeze, you dolt! There's almost 2,000 cases of Joker's blood in people, and you only made 2 vials. Oh, and he fucking destroys one of them in front of Batman. So now here's the big fave boss battle with Mr. Freeze. Its charm wears down over time. Basically, the charm is that Freeze keeps you on your toes and keeps you from doing the same thing twice. You also are forced to wait a long time before Oracle sends you proper data of how to take down Freeze in various predicaments. The problem with that is once you've played it enough times, you can take him out in as little as 5 minutes. 5 minutes! And Oracle doesn't even give you the list of how to take down Freeze in that amount of time. With that, it's more like 10 minutes or something. Seriously, this boss battle becomes overrated the more you fucking play it. Though it turns out that Harley swiped the cure while we were fighting. Oh, and Vicky Vale was attacked and we saved her.
Good news, Master Bruce. I believe we have identified the killer.
Holy shit, Joker can have his cure. Gimme! Oh no. Turns out that was a trick by the Mad Hatter. Of course we managed to beat him, but it also turns out that Joker got cured. That coughing cameraman seems oddly suspicious. It's probably nothing. Huh. That's weird. Why is Harley bound and gagged here? It's probably some kind of sex thing or something, although I wouldn't know to be honest. I'm pretty sure I have a very sad life. Oh, hi Joker. Where are your bones? My detective vision is probably acting up or something. So we fight Joker and some of his guys, but we get taken out by falling debris, and Talia ends up promising him immortality in exchange for our safety. Hi? I'm trapped under debris and can't move without the assistance? You're basically promising him something that he could get already because I'm unable to stop him? Help? Hello? I'm stuck under here. No, that's not how it ends. Catwoman ends up saving us. It also turns out Protocol 10 is, in fact, the genocide of hundreds of inmates. Okay, not only did he have his chance and blew it, but now I'm unsure which to compare him to now, considering the earlier bit with Sharp and the other guys. Huh, that's odd. Scarecrow even have henchmen? So we managed to stop Protocol 10 only to find out that Strange was a pawn in a much bigger scheme led by Ra's al Ghul himself. I have so many questions right now. As he dies, Strange activates Protocol 11, the destruction of Wonder Tower. Ra's escapes, captured by committing seppuku, even though falling on a fence spike works just fine on its own. Though with that taken care of, we now gotta save Talia from Joker.
Let him die.
He got cured, though. We arrive at the theater and... oh my.
I had to save you.
Wait. That file still has the same amount as it had when it was stolen. Oh, I get it. Talia swiped the cure from from Harley, sorry. Fuck. Which is why she was bound and gagged to begin with. But then... that means...
Talia!
Hang on a moment, I almost got... oh, god damn it!
I didn't know.
What? You didn't know? You stole the cure from him, and you have the balls, or in this case, the ovaries, to say you didn't know that was Joker? Hang on, what was it you said earlier outside the theater?
Let him die.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure this comment constitutes the fact that you would clearly know that wasn't Joker, you stabbing little sack of shit. You will pat for this and little... Yeah, it turns out Joker wasn't cured and used Clayface to keep up appearances. We gotta battle Clayface and try to get the cure from him, and even use Talia's sword. Joker then blows up the floor to bring us to the Lazarus pits, which are conveniently underneath us. I should really stop doing that gag. I'm beginning to really like it. After taking out Clayface and his clay people, we drink the cure, stop Joker and possibly anyone else from becoming immortal to an extent, but we then have a bit of self-doubt thing about curing Joker. Panicking, Joker stabs Batman in the shoulder, causing him to inadvertently drop the cure, breaking the vial. As he mentions that he would have saved Joker even after everything that had happened, Joker has one last laugh as he dies. He carries his body out, mimicking the Cain-enabled portrait in the first part of the Catwoman DLC, as Gordon wonders just what the hell happened in there, as it ends right there.
Batman! What happened?
And that, ladies and gentlemen, is Arkham City. One of my favorite games of all time, and fuck, it's just amazing. Now, you probably would want to know my thoughts on like other ports like Return to Arkham City. I kind of already went over that last time to an extent about how, well, let me just put it like this. Compared to Return to Arkham Asylum, Return to Arkham City is admittedly better, and it feels like they refined it a bit more compared to Asylum, but at the same time, it's still not the best port, admittedly. I had more fun playing it on the PC version rather than the PS4 version in this case, but honestly, that's what happens when you get a game development team that mostly worked on really bad licensed game show video games. Oh, and in case you wanted to know, like, you know, my Batman Return to my Arkham City Armored Edition looks on that, I believe I went over that in quick bits, which you will find in the description below, because cards apparently don't allow annotations. Fuck the cards, bitch! Fuck the police coming straight from the underground.
Hey guys, quick thing I forgot to mention last minute for the video. I'm sorry I forgot about this, also in Arkham Asylum. When it comes to the Riddler stuff, in Arkham Asylum, you end up finding out the locations of the Riddler trophies and whatnot via maps, but when they reveal the secrets in terms of where the Riddler stuff is, it ends up moving around in a pattern that makes it confusing as to where exactly the riddle or trophy or whatever takes place in, and it's not very enjoyable. Whereas in Arkham City, you have to fight Riddler informants. However, you cannot end up taking out the Riddler informants. If you do take them out, you are unable to end up finding out where the Riddler locations were, you know, where the informant would have told you, until you end up encountering that same one again after an amount of time, you know, when they recover and end up being like other stuff or something like that. I don't know. I never took the chance to end up accidentally taking out a Riddler informant or taking him out intentionally even. So just wanted to quick mention this bit at the end, and I'll see you for Arkham Origins. Bye-bye.
Hey guys, thank you so much for watching. If you liked this video, click the like button to show your support, and you can subscribe for more. Click any of the cards and such to check out the videos there and whatnot. You can also check out my social medias in the description below, and please remember to stay awesome. Bye-bye!